BYDFi is a crypto exchange on desktop and mobile where you can spot trade, futures trade, use leverage tokens, and copy the trades of top traders. If you sign up with the link in the description, you get a free $100 when you deposit $100. There's hundreds of crypto available on their spot exchange, as well as a free test account so you can practice futures trading without getting wrecked. BYDFi. Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm going to make a quick video on VRA. It's not that I'm suggesting VRA is going to do anything immediately, far from it. It's just one of many altcoins which I think is worth getting a foot in the door incrementally on its way down from this level and lower. On a fundamental basis, it's a little sketchy because although it's a GameFi token, there's a lot out there. There's probably going to be a lot better ones than this. But if you follow crypto or have done, or even just any markets for that matter, you will realize that, to be honest, it really doesn't matter what it does. It's how it's branded, to be honest with you. Just like a meme coin season, just like what's gone on recently with AI, that's a good example actually. So you got all the AI stuff took place in traditional markets. So you got Nvidia, Tesla, C3 AI, a number of others. And they were all just rallying just for the sake of it because they were appropriately labelled and they were called AI. Who knows what they do? I don't know. Anyone know what they do? No one knows what they do. And then the same thing filtered through into the crypto world. We had anything AI just rallying. Why? Because it was appropriately named, right? So everything goes through these rotations, right? They have these seasons that you can call them, but basically rotations into whatever's cool or trending at the time. And the likelihood is at some point over the next couple of years, GameFi tokens are going to be part of that, right? Probably a large part, really. And although, like I said, there's going to be lots of others out there, this is one. And you could almost call it an OG of the GameFi space, really. It's been around for long enough. 2020 is what we've got here on KuCoin. I'm sure it was around prior to that. And it had an explosive move. It was trending. It was cool. Not so cool anymore, to be fair. About 95% or more down from its peak. But there's one thing that I thought I'd just show you, just for fun, really. We looked at this last night on the live stream, and we turned it onto a log scale. And although it looks awful, it actually doesn't look as bad as you'd expect. It's not as bad as when it's not on the log scale. We've got what we basically see here is a series of highs and higher lows. So it technically, as far as a trend is concerned, even though this is an extremely aggressive chart that has huge moves up and chaotic catastrophe moves down, it's still forming higher high, higher low structure on the higher term timeframes. Now, with that, what we've got right now is this quite a significant support trend line. Goes back in history all the way back to July 2022. Now we came down below there, significantly below there, good 50% drop in all fairness to where we are right now. But it did hold quite well and it did a decent rally in all fairness. We can measure it just for fun. Or a good 70% rally and even peaked above there after then. What I'm trying to put across to you here is that this is just one example of an altcoin which is long forgotten in today's world, right? People don't want it, people don't want to even look at it, but it trades relatively high volume for something that's pretty far down the list. It's not available on higher term. It's not available on the larger exchanges. Mainly just talking Binance, really, to be honest with you, Coinbase or whatnot. So it's not available on those. There is talk that it was going to become available. You see on Twitter people saying, "Oh look, I followed this," and the wallet address of Binance owns like an extremely large amount of VRA. Maybe they will intend on listing it. Maybe they will. And if they do, that'll have a Binance effect. It'll also increase the trading volume somewhat. So just looking at the veracity, or just VRA's overall tokenomics of what we can see here, there is only a small portion of it, less than 10%, of the circulating supply of the total supply. So it can easily get more diluted. Obviously, I don't know exactly how much comes onto the market as and when, but there's only a fraction of it really available on the market right now. So that is not going to be particularly bullish for price action. But 24-hour trading volume across all platforms, 2.7 million. That's not bad. And the market cap currently stands at 42 million, which in crypto terms pretty small, to be honest. I know that's a lot. It actually seems quite a lot for something like this. but it's actually not much at all. That's actually pretty small. And so the reason I mentioned the volume and market cap is that this is how big moves get born, really. As soon as volume starts to pour into something like this, doesn't matter how much circulating supply is out there, as long as it's not being diluted at the time, it will cause large green candles. Now, as we obviously are more than aware, painfully aware on a chart like this, is that when you have low volume, low market cap, you get big moves up and big moves down. So in order for this to be sustained, you want to see the market cap stay at a certain level and not just be a representation of price action, because obviously that's, for the most part, that's what market cap is really when you look at these things. It always makes me laugh when people say, if this were to go to this level, then the market cap would be this, and that's completely ridiculous. But actually, in a rotationary market, it's completely plausible. You see that sort of thing all the time. Doesn't mean that the market cap's going to maintain that level. Absolutely not. We can see that market caps fluctuate from crypto dramatically. Even the total market cap, it fluctuates dramatically. So we all know that actually the market cap of something is just, it's not nothing, but buying something that's relatively low when the market cap is low is better than buying it when it's high, if you're looking for large, big gains, which I think the VRA was likely to do again. You know, at the end of the stream when we were looking at this last night, I was saying, well, in all fairness, right, if there is a support to start to dollar cost average or make you take your first position at, it would be this area here, this 0.4 of a cent zone. And yeah, if it comes down by another 50%, which is not unlikely, then again, you know, that is the decent risk to reward when you work out where this could go back up to its previous high. I believe it's a 20x, I think, give or take, roughly, and that's just back up to its previous high. It's a 20x. Now, you've got to put your faith in, obviously, crypto market and where the development's going to take place, what's going to become cool later on down the line. I think it's reasonable to assume that gamified tokens are going to be cool. There's a huge market. You know that computer games and gaming generally is a larger business than Hollywood itself. So there is an enormous market cap out there for tokens to tap into. Not just big, I mean like the biggest in the entertainment industry. It's huge. It's the biggest. So if it were to work out and money was to fall out of that into gamified tokens, VRA maybe even benefiting, even if it was just through association, you would expect to see a $42 million market cap coin at this particular level, you know, shoot back up to where it came from and maybe even higher. And at that stage, because there's technicals there's fundamentals involved, then maybe the market cap will retain some of that value rather than give it all back. Just saying. Anyway, I just thought I'd bring it to your attention. You know, we like to write off certain charts, call them, you know, shit coins, but and this one effectively is, I suppose, a shit coin, but it's not a write-off, I would say. And based on its technicals, with the high low structure over the period that we've got, which is obviously not the longest chart in history, so immaturity could render this whole technical analysis obsolete, because you know, you do need price, volume, and time to generate any kind of sort of chart structure. And what, we're like 3 years into this one, it's not very long at all. All we've got is these two giant peaks that basically followed the crypto market in general. But do you think that the crypto market is going to go up? And if you do, then why not throw a little bit of money into something that could potentially yield a 20x or more, especially when gamified tokens are likely to be the in thing within the next few years. Anyway, I'll leave it with you there. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.